Alright, so for this video we're going to look at a quick introduction for how to make a graph and then copy and paste it into our Google Doc. So first I want to choose the data table. I'm going to do table 2, and I want to highlight only the data that I'm using. So I'm going to highlight this section here. When you do it, you're going to highlight all of your cells, but I just have a few numbers here for a sample. So I'm going to highlight my data, and then I'm going to go Insert, Chart. You can also hit this little button here, it does the same thing. And then this is not the chart I want. So I need to go over here to Chart Type and change it, scroll down and change it to Scatter Plot, the one with the dots. Click on that. And now you can see we've got a scatter plot, but it looks a little funky. So I need to make sure I have these two boxes checked, row 2 as headers, column G as labels. I can see I've got my two data points. They look like they're correct, but I need to add a few things to my data table. So the first thing that I need to do is add a title. So I can click over here on Customize and go to Chart and Axis Titles. This, notice, is on horizontal axis title, so make sure that you're looking at the right one. I'm going to add my title first, and my title for this one is going to be Ozone Thickness Factored versus UV Index Factored. It does not have to be a super fancy title, that's just fine. And then I also need titles on my axes. So I'm going to change it to horizontal, that's my x-axis, and I'm going to go ahead and add my title, making sure to include my units. So that's my ozone thickness factored, and my units are those Dobson units. So now you can see here that I have my title on my x-axis with my units. And now I'm going to do the same thing for my y-axis. I'm just going to insert my title, which is UV Index Factored. And now it pops up over here. So now I have my x-axis and my y-axis. So looking at this, I'm almost done. The only thing I really want to change is that I want to make it look a little nicer, because it kind of looks like this data point is way over here off the edge. So to do that, I can change the range that you see here. So I'm going to go down here to horizontal axis and see where it says minimum and maximum value. I can change what numbers are displayed down here. So for me, I feel like I want this dot kind of more in the middle, and it's at 594. So I can say maybe 550 will be my minimum, and see now the axis starts at 550 instead, so now I'm actually seeing my dots inside of the frame. And then it ends at 848, so instead of having it right on the edge there, I think I'd rather end at 900. And just like that, see, that looks way better. I can adjust my y-axis too if I wanted to. If I wanted to kind of maybe move this one down a little bit, but I actually think it looks okay just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it like this. I can close my chart editor, and then I want to click on my chart and copy it. Go over to my Google Doc, make a space for it, and go ahead and paste it. I want to paste it unlinked, and there it is. Now if I want to make it bigger or smaller to make it fit better in my document, I can do that. I'm going to make it as big as possible so that it's easy for my reader. I'm going to erase this line, and then see how my title up here, I have it titled, it breaks across the page. We definitely don't want that, so I'm just going to hit enter a few times so that it's all on the same page together. So now I have a nice pretty graph of my data right here in my Google Doc.